Welcome to Comcast Newsmakers from the Memorial Union on campus of Purdue University. Joining me is Acting President Tim Sands. He's been here now for 10 years. What do you see as the biggest challenges confronting Purdue now?
Well, the challenges confronting Purdue are similar to the challenges confronting major public research institutions across the country. The cost issue, the student debt issue, although our students do very well in finding jobs and being able to pay back their loans. But we're concerned with that just like the rest of higher education. One challenge we've got coming up that's a relatively new one is the federal budget situation, because a lot of our research activities are funded by the federal government. So we're looking ahead at the next couple of years as being very challenging from that perspective.
And you have a little challenge going as far as moving some priorities toward research?
Well, we're moving Purdue University West Lafayette, the West Lafayette campus, toward a greater emphasis on its research mission, mainly because we have a differentiated system in the state with quite a few institutions at in each mission area. We've got two research campuses with very high activity, the Bloomington campus of Indiana University and the West Lafayette campus of Purdue. And we're trying to focus on that mission and make sure that we deliver on that mission, because it's so important to the economic development of the state of Indiana. And it also ties into our global reputation, which brings global talent and resources to Indiana.
You have obviously Nobel laureates here. Obviously that's an attraction. Is that something that you expect kids to take into consideration when they're coming, that they'll be able to have those kinds of people to be able to deal with?
Absolutely. In fact, one of the great stories of our last Nobel laureate is that he was pulled out of teaching and had to go back to teaching his organic chemistry class. I believe it was to sophomores.
I was there that day.
As a result of the interview, he interrupted it and said, "Hey, I've got to go back and teach." And that's a great example of what we like to see. We like to see our top faculty who are really pushing the frontiers of knowledge, also disseminating that knowledge to our students, especially our undergraduates.
What does a four-year institution offer that a two-year does not? There's some now, I know you have heard it, an undercurrent of, well, four-year college isn't for everybody.
I think that's true. It's never been for everybody, but we're emphasizing at the state level and also within the Purdue University system completion, because for a long time, for many years, feel like we've underperformed, and there's more we could do to ensure that the students that we admit are successful and receive a degree at the end. A two-year institution plays a really important role both in workforce development, but also in getting students ready to transfer to a four-year program where they can earn a bachelor's degree. And we need that support. We need that kind of a system, because not all of our students graduating from high school are ready to jump into a four-year institution, residential campus environment. Some need, either from the standpoint of resources or social development or family situations, to have a couple of years at a local school where they can earn say an associate degree or earn credit toward a bachelor's degree, and then transfer. And sometimes it's the appropriate thing for a student to finish with an associate degree or a certificate at a two-year institution. If they're ready for the workforce, if they feel like they've got what they need, they've got something under their belt, they're ready to go out there and contribute, then that's absolutely fine.
Obviously, you brought up the debt issue. That's a huge issue nationwide. What can Purdue actually do to help address that?
Well, Purdue's been working on this quite hard for some time. We've been struggling with, just like every other state, the state appropriations have dropped to the public universities over a period of about 2 decades. And we've replaced a fraction of that. At Purdue University West Lafayette, about 70% of the drop in appropriations has been replaced with tuition increases to resident students. So we haven't given the whole burden to the resident undergraduate. But we've had to find money from other places, we've had to cut costs, and we're also fighting the competitive part that, we've got universities that want to compete, so the frills part is a challenge.
Thank you, President Sands, for joining us. I'm Kevin Rader.
Thank you.